We are Chamuel and Charity, standing before you in the twin flame action of love, holding the vision for you so that you might extend the perfect love from your heart, that you might enter into the charitable giving of that which is the love of God that burns upon the altar of your heart, waiting to be expanded, extended to all of life. We come with our angels so that you might have the attention that is required until such time as you have begun to externalize the fullness of your God love. For we do understand how very difficult for some to let go of those things which have become a part of the fabric of your identity. But you must understand that this is not your true identity. It is only the old garment that you have carried with you for many lifetimes. That garment that knows limitation, that knows how to be needy, knows duality. But the true identity knows the fullness of the abundance of God, knows how to receive that abundance in light and move through all of life, extending that light to others. We, as the Archangel and Archeia of the third ray of love, know well what it means to be in service to the flame of God love. For that is our calling, our election, to move through the cosmos in response to the heart of Alpha and Omega, tending to the sons and daughters of God upon earth, as well as those who are between embodiments, surrounding them with the comfort flame of God's compassion, holding the focus of attention of God's healing, to allow for the fullness in time, for the I am presence of that one, to send forth the ray, to correct, transmute, change, release the perfection of the Edenic blueprint once more, so that that one, whether in embodiment or at inner levels, may begin to look beyond the past, holding only to the vision of their own God presence, carrying them as this vehicle into the fullness of their future, a future that holds all of the glories of God for them, as they put their attention upon this very magnificent and oh so beautiful way of life. Wonder of wonders, they begin to discover that they are putting on that world here and now. There is healing that occurs. There is the sense of wholeness that is regained, and there is the fullness of understanding how life, filled with this glorious love of God, can transcend all of the human vibrations and move one in a conscious state of awareness of the ascended master way of life. It is our desire, as the angels of God's love, that all be able to experience the fullness of that love, to be able at any time to stop for just a second and arc the flame of the heart with the allness of God love, having the reinforcement on the instant that all is right, all is well. The flame upon the heart, in the fullness of the attention of the mighty I Am Presence, responds in accordance to that fleeting moment of attention, and sends forth the burst of light that nourishes all of your vehicles, allowing you to feel the embrace, to be buoyed up should you be in the midst of negativity, to know the reinforcement of the hand of your own God presence, as it is stretched forth, extending the ray of God consciousness through your own Christ mind, all because you placed your attention upon the love of God. So much of humanity desires for this love, understands that they must change for certain responses of God love to come into their vehicles. Having understood those areas of their life that have limited them from receiving that love, they bend the knee before the altar. They give the constancy of their devotion to God. And we, the attending angels, hold the balance for the devotees who in pure devotion call to the presence, call to the angels, call to the ascended and cosmic beings for surcease, assistance, light, wisdom, and the protection of that light as it comes forth. What are those things which would keep one from having the experience of God love? Perception through the mind that one is unworthy. Perception that does not allow for the flow of that God love to come into their being, but has a guilt-ridden consciousness that has said, "Not now, I have not suffered enough." Can you begin to see how that state of consciousness would forestall the healing, the comfort, the extension of God love? And what of the one that has been disillusioned, has been sure that God created their ills, and has sent forth the projection against God that they are in the plight of their present state due to some angry and hateful God? Perhaps you think this to be far removed from your conscious awareness at this moment. But there are those who cannot see past, blaming God for all their ills, for they have no place else to place the blame save themselves, and they do not wish to accept responsibility. Can you not see how that one might find themselves outside of the family of God, shutting the door to a very concerned, compassionate, caring God that would at a moment's notice wash away the sense of separation and enfold that one in the heart of God? Ofttimes it is not possible for a life stream to consider that they are worthy of the attention of God. And this is the great service that we, the angels, are able to perform. For they look upon us as a lesser state of consciousness than God, and will ofttimes open the door, unaware that we come with the full regalia of God consciousness and the God qualities that are able to reach through the veil from the mighty I Am presence of that one in our midst. Call it trickery if you will, but it is part of the grace of God to find all avenues whereby the sons and daughters of God may be healed, may be loved, may be taught, and instructed. You are never left comfortless. For the threefold flame upon the altar of your heart is a great magnet to those who are the servants of God, both ascended and cosmic, that come forth in varied dimensions so that you might have the touch of the hand of God. It is our desire that you become so acquainted with that touch that it becomes the greatest desire of your being, that you hunger and thirst for that touch of God, and that great magnet of your own heart flame will leap into the arms of the I Am Presence, expanding out from the presence to the heart of God in the great central sun, allowing the great family of God to nourish you in whatever state of limited consciousness you may be struggling, but allowing you the nourishment, the assistance, the love of God. That which is the service that your own God presence would render to you. Could you do less for another? Would you have another hunger and thirst without the understanding of how to receive that nourishment from their own God presence? Would you withhold the love of your own heart for one who was separated from their own God presence temporarily, merely because they might have a foreign nature about them, their vibration not quite as good as yours? Do you understand, beloved, the benevolence that is expected of the heart of each son and daughter of God? That which you receive, you are obliged to give. This is the true charity of the loving heart, allowing for the fullness of the flow of God love to continue on and on and on. There are those cycles and time when it is almost impossible for you to consider how you would move through a particular time. That is when you may call upon the Archangel and Archeia of love. You may call upon the heart of God in the great central sun. And where it is love that you require, that love will come streaming forth. And should there be remaining still within your own individual world such density that does not allow you to feel that flow of God love, we, the angels, will bring it to your doorstep. We will come and keep the watch. We will nourish the flame upon the altar of your heart. We will breathe upon it, expanding that flame until there is the surcease of the sense of struggle and separation. And then once more, having regained your composure, you are able to allow for the flame of your own God presence to speak to you, to comfort you, to nourish you. This, beloved, we do for you, for we love the flame of God. We would not have the flame of God in any life stream go unattended. We desire for this flame of God to be expanded, so that all upon the earth might have the sense of God's presence, to be able to gain the attainment and mastery required. But then, is not the ability to feel God's love a great mastery? Have you not already garnered the attainment to have the understanding and awareness of that God love course through you? Each time you look upon a beautiful rose, and there is a corresponding reaction from that gaze, it is the love of God that you have experienced. Each time you awaken, and with the new dawn, know that opportunity is upon your doorstep. You have recognized God love. When there is a glorious sunset, and you could gaze upon that sunset for hours, were it to only remain, you have received God love. Throughout your day, look for the signs of God love. Examine for yourself those areas of consciousness, those times, those deeds that you otherwise might think are outside the purview of God's love. And consider perhaps that you have had a misconception, that all the while there was present God's love in the very small deeds of opportunity afforded to you, in the kindnesses extended to you, in the smile of the stranger. Blessed hearts, you are surrounded with God love. Surely we will be there to remind you when you temporarily become preoccupied with your own path of initiation. But as quickly as you can regain your footing upon the foundation of your true identity, you will discover that it never left you at all. It was you that placed your attention outside of that God love. Oh, how powerful is the mind, the emotions that take the rule of your vehicles and do not leave the full God control to the flames upon the altar of the heart. Still the emotions. Bring under God control the mind. And when in doubt as to the validity of that which you are placing your attention upon to be within the divine plan or a part of the mind of Christ, focus your attention instantly upon the mighty I Am Presence, and silently or audibly make the call for the release from the mighty I Am Presence into your mind to clear away the debris and allow for that which is to be ever present. Then you will see, beloved, a new continent of thought approach. You will understand with a wisdom beyond what you were capable before, how you may move through, gaining your attainment and mastery, and holding fast to the light of God. We, Chamuel and Charity, stand as the protector to the right and the left of the flame upon the altar of your heart. We send forth our angels to stay in attendance to that flame till you have fully mastered the ability to hold that flame and expand it for yourself. It is our desire that all of the sons and daughters of God upon the earth might be filled with God love, have the comfort of God love, and be God love in action.